The stars bent and cracked as the royal fleet of the Zorath Empire tore its way into Sol System. Thousands of warships, sleek, jagged leviathans of metal and energy, emerged from hyperspace in perfect formation. They were the pride of King Zetherion, conqueror of 100 systems, breaker of empires, ruler of all he surveyed. From his throne aboard the colossal flagship Imperious Rex, Zetherion gazed upon the blue and white jewel suspended before him. Earth, a primitive world rich in oceans, forests, and minerals. A garden ripe for harvest. Another gem for your crown, my king, crooned his advisor, bowing low. Zetherion's mandibles curled into what passed for a smile. A gem that will never know its own worth. Prepare the cleansing fire. He had conquered countless species, crushed civilizations into dust. Humans would be no different, or so he believed. Humanity's first glimpse of the invaders. On Earth, telescopes and satellites picked up the fleet within minutes. News networks blared emergency broadcasts. The images were surreal. Alien ships blotting out the stars, moving with a precision that made even the most advanced human navies look like toys. Panic rippled through every nation. Streets clogged with terrified civilians, some praying, others rioting. Governments scrambled to ready nuclear arsenals, though leaders knew in their hearts such weapons would be useless. In the Pentagon's war room, General Amelia Reyes addressed the leaders of the world via encrypted link. Her voice was calm, sharp as steel. They think we're fractured. They think we're weak. That's their mistake. We've been preparing for this day for decades. She wasn't lying. Since the Roswell crash of 1947, humanity had been secretly reverse engineering fragments of alien tech. Projects buried deep under mountains, financed in shadows, had birthed weapons the public could never dream of. Humanity had learned from every scrap, every anomaly, every unexplained crash. The world looked divided on the surface, but when the stars threatened, Earth would stand united. Fire from the sky. The first strike came swiftly. Alien plasma beams lanced through the atmosphere, boiling oceans, igniting cities. Towers melted like wax. In less than an hour, billions of lives were threatened. Yet Earth did not cower. From the Nevada desert, immense railgun platforms hidden beneath sand for decades rose like giants, launching tungsten rods at near light speed. From Siberia, missile batteries tipped with exotic electromagnetic warheads streaked skyward. Civilian satellites suddenly unfolded panels revealing hidden laser arrays and kinetic interceptors. The aliens expected screams and surrender. Instead, their vanguard ships erupted into fireballs before they could deploy troops. On the bridge of the Imperious Rex, King Zetherion snarled, "They dare strike the fleet of Zorath? Impossible! They are primitives." But the impossible was just beginning. The pilots of Earth, the second wave arrived. Drone swarms and cruiser groups diving into the atmosphere. They were met not by surrender, but by human pilots. Captain Elias Ward gripped the controls of his black-winged interceptor. Callsign Vanguard 1, his craft, powered by a fusion drive built from alien schematics, shrieked into battle. Plasma bolts sizzled past as he dove through a Zorath cruiser formation. Locking rail cannons, he muttered, sweat dripping down his brow. He fired and molten holes ripped through an enemy hull. The cruiser detonated, showering the skies with debris. His wingmate, Lieutenant Kari Tanaka, laughed over comms. "Not so invincible now, are they?" "Keep your eyes sharp," Elias replied. "They're learning." The dogfights painted the skies with fire and smoke. Alien ships relied on superior tech, but humans relied on instinct, creativity, and raw courage. They made mistakes, yes, but they adapted instantly. For every human fighter shot down, 3 alien drones fell. War on the ground. The Zorath, enraged by orbital losses, deployed ground forces. Giant war machines, towering quadrupeds bristling with plasma cannons, strode through Paris, flattening neighborhoods with each blast. Swarms of insectoid infantry poured into the ruins, cutting down civilians and soldiers alike. But humanity had prepared here too. In the shattered streets, squads of exosuit-clad Marines launched ambushes. Their suits were crude compared to alien armor, but their operators were relentless. Using hacked alien comms, they spoofed false orders, luring Zorath machines into traps. Improvised EMP rifles fried circuits. Guerrilla fighters in South America toppled mechs with nothing more than magnetized minds. In Paris, Sergeant Malik Hassan led his squad through the ruins of the Louvre. A plasma walker thundered toward them, cannons glowing hot. His men were terrified, but Malik raised his voice above the din. "We're not fighting for governments. We're not fighting for orders. We're fighting for Earth. Now light that bastard up." A barrage of rail rounds and rockets brought the machine crashing down. Civilians hiding in rubble erupted into cheers. The Zorath expected terror. Instead, they found fury. The king's doubt on the imperious Rex, King Zetherian, slammed his claws against his throne. His war council trembled. "No world has resisted me," he roared. "Not the Athari, not the Shalvek, not the Korath. And yet this Earth bleeds my fleet dry." One advisor dared to speak. "They are not powerful, my king. Their weapons are crude, stolen, but," he hesitated, "their will to fight is unlike anything we've encountered." Zetherian turned his gaze to the blue planet, his multifaceted eyes narrowing. He thought of the countless empires that had bowed before him. Why not this one? For the first time in centuries, the alien king felt something foreign. Doubt. Humanity strikes back. By the 5th day, the royal fleet was no longer on the offensive. It was on the defensive. Half its numbers had been destroyed. The survivors were harried across the system by relentless human strikes. Human engineers hacked into captured alien drones, turning them against their masters. Resistance cells worldwide coordinated through underground networks, striking supply lines and communication hubs. Even children carried messages and supplies through war zones. The world bled, but it refused to break. And then humanity revealed its final card. Project Aegis, buried beneath the Rocky Mountains. Deeper than any civilian knew, lay the culmination of 80 years of secret work. Project Aegis. It was not a bomb. It was not a missile. It was a weapon built to channel the raw energy of Earth itself. A particle accelerator spanning hundreds of miles, feeding a colossal energy beam designed to pierce even the strongest shields. As the alien flagship prepared its supernova, cannon, a weapon capable of burning continents in seconds, General Reyes gave the order, "Fire." The mountains shook. A lance of pure energy ripped into the sky, punching through orbit. It struck the imperious Rex dead center. Shields collapsed like paper, armor vaporized. On his throne, King Zetherian rose in disbelief as alarm screamed around him. His empire's might, his invincible flagship, shattered in an instant. "How?" he whispered as fire consumed him. Could primitives destroy gods? And then he was gone. Aftermath. The destruction of the flagship shattered the morale of the surviving fleet. Leaderless, broken, and hunted by vengeful human forces, the remnants fled into hyperspace, abandoning Earth. When the skies cleared and only wreckage remained, humanity did not celebrate immediately. Cities were ash, oceans boiled in places, millions lay dead, but Earth had endured. At the United Nations, General Reyes stood before the world. Her uniform was scorched, her voice hoarse, but her words carried across every surviving broadcast. Today, humanity has proven a truth no alien king will ever forget. We may be young, we may be divided, but when we stand together, we are unstoppable. Let the galaxy remember this day. Humanity bows to no empire. Humanity kneels to no king. The legend spreads, and across the stars whispers began. Enslaved civilizations who once cowered under Zorath's shadow now spoke the name of Earth with reverence. The tale of the small blue world that annihilated the royal fleet spread like wildfire. Some called it luck. Others called it madness. But those who understood, those who had seen the fire in human eyes, called it something else. Hope. For the legend of humanity had just begun.